this hero, well, I wouldn't call him a hero, is a villain. He is basically King Vicurus, and he is the king of Arcas.
Okay.
Um,
Sooner than later, I want to get some to eat, mate. I'm fucking starving. My
yeah,
stomach's
it's fine, it's
rumbling.
fine, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, basically, Vicarus is Achilles' father, and
Okay.
he is third generation of of Arcasian. Um, Basically, him and Achilles' uncle actually did fight because Arcas, uh, Vicarus, wanted to take his son to Arcas. The reason he wanted to take his son to Arcas is so that obviously he would get brought up with their traditional values. Basically, their traditional values is literally just take over everything.
Okay.
And obviously, they made sacrifices to a god, which killed a lot of them off. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, basically, King Vicarus is a pure-blooded Arcasian. The reason he's a pure-blooded Arcasian is because his eyes represent being pure-blooded.
Yeah.
His hair, however, is the reason it's starting to go grey and stuff is because he actually has reached. Well, basically, I'd say this: he's at peak fitness for his species, but I'd say in human years is about 50 to 60 years old now. The thing
Yeah.
is, though, being old doesn't necessarily mean being weak. And with King Vicarus being the most pure, and obviously Achilles being the most pure, being old doesn't mean weakness. It means that obviously you've fought and survived long enough to become even powerful, to become even more stronger. Um, Basically, his suit isn't just for show. His suit actually represents his status as king as well. And the guardians of his planet, or should we say, his cult, or his followers, wear the same colors as he does, and this was actually the original. But basically, before they separated, the black and red, the black and red was actually a sign of authority in their culture,
Yeah.
and basically within that type of thing, the hair isn't actually just for show either. The hair actually represents, well, for the males, it represents that they have gone a long time without a female or a mate, and obviously, how old Vicurus is now. He's well over almost I'd say 5 to 6 billion years old, and 5 to 6 billion years old is literally, like, in human years, 60, well, 50 to 60 years old. So he's at least got a couple billion years left in him. um but yeah, his hair represents that he hasn't had a mate in a while, and obviously when they have a mate they have to shave it off to represent that they have had a woman. The reason that some of their hair is long is because basically the reason it means a lot is because their hair doesn't grow normally. Their hair grows every thousand. Their hair grows an inch every 100,000 years. So every inch of his hair is 100,000 years.
Okay.
So yeah, basically, the hair represents, growth and stuff, and obviously it represents that he's been single. The reason stopped dating is because he's got to a point where he doesn't really need a mate anymore, and obviously whatever. I'd say for the gauntlets, the reason they've got like technology in the gauntlet is actually a thing where they can actually use teleportation in their technology. The reason they only use it if they really need to. Let's say if there was like a war or something and they needed to get back to their planet or somewhere else, they would immediately use teleportation to obviously get to there in a matter of seconds. And obviously, the technology in their gauntlet represents obviously their status as well.
Yeah.
The reason Vicorus actually has a robot hand is because he actually did get it chopped off, or should I say, ripped off by Hadaclars's dad, or should we say, not dad, but uncle. And obviously, Hadaclars's uncle is Achilles' uncle as well. But anyway, basically, Vicarus didn't get away with just missing his hand. He literally returned the favor by ripping off Achilles' uncle's leg as well. So obviously, it was like a hand for a leg, or you know what I mean. But yeah, basically, their species are very, very strong. But the thing is, the difference between Achilles and Heracles and most of their species now is that they don't go out and conquer. They go out and actually help people. And obviously, with the new kind of like thing, they're there to protect and to stop weaker species from going extinct. But with Vicarus, he thinks that is actually that is literally an insult to his species, and so obviously with him being the original ruler, he basically just said he basically started a war, and obviously it basically ended in kind of like a stalemate, but King Vicarus's numbers did take a massive toll, and so that's why they moved to the other planet, Arcas.
Yeah.
And so obviously, you know, Vicarus, he became king, and so on Arcas, he started to plot against all of the species, so that nothing will be left apart from his species, and apart from a couple of species that that can carry on his species kind of like bloodlines as well.
Okay.
But yeah.
Won't long, mate.
But yeah, that's Arcas. That is Arcas. The king, but that is King Vicarus, the king of Arcas.